Well, it's time to harvest some hosta seeds. Not too many hostas come up from seeds and are true to the parent plant. This green one that I have here does that. And you can see that seed spike has broken over. They may or may not mature. They get heavy. This year there are a lot of seed pods, so they're all laying over. Now this one bent. You can see that little bent place right there. Oh, probably a month or more ago, and I tied it up here to this camellia branch with one of my nylon ties so that it would keep getting energy through that bent place. And you can see that pod is opened. The top pods are, some of them are open, but you can see they're closed. You don't pick hosta seeds until the pods are dry and start to break open. And most of the time, these down here will be dry and open, and then there'll be more of a tint of green up here, and the ones at the top could be green. So it's a period of a few weeks to get them all. But these have all dried about the same time, mainly because the stem is dried out. See, there's one right there, and see how green the stem is? Now that one will dry the way I just described, but more than likely, as these were getting ready to mature, this joint here finally gave out, although it is supportive. So the object of the game is they're like little pieces of tissue paper, and you got to get them out. Now I usually try to just put the pods and everything in here, and you have to have them marked because you'll never remember what year is what and what's in each bag. Now hosta seed is like tissue paper, and it's like a little wing. It's almost nothing in 90% of it, and at the little rounded over thick end there is a little teeny seed kernel. It's really tiny, but if they're black seeds from your hosta, they will generally germinate. So now I've just got to clip some of these off with a pair of scissors and try not to lose too many of them. As I was cutting these off and letting them fall in the bag, I was just holding the bag under one of these, and see the little teeny place where it's joined, and I just take these scissors and snip it, and it falls directly in the bag. After a while, this dead end severed, and so now I've just got to cut these off, or I could cut the whole thing off and drop it in there, but I'd rather have the pods in there, and I'd rather not break them up. I'd rather them open up, and then most of the seeds will fall out, and it'll be a lot easier to get the seed hulls out. There are quite a number of seeds in these little seed pods, and all you have to do is really pinch the end and spin them, and they'll generally fall out. Hard doing everything from one hand, but you can see how they're coming out. I could watch the seeds, my fingers and the camera at the same time, but they'll just fall out of there. If I had easier to do, I could hold one end with the finger and flip the other end, but the seeds would hit the ground and not go in the bag. And I've got probably at least 45 stems with a dozen or more seed pods on them.